Hey guys, welcome to Emily Did It. If this is your first time here, I'm Emily, and I probably did it. If it's not your first time here, welcome back. Oh, get to do some of my homegrown stuff here, y'all. So, why should we wait when we can just do it right now? Let's go talk about
What
food.
if the
That's what
most
Louisiana
celebrated
people
cuisine
do.
in America was built by people that history tried to forget? What if the foods you think of as Southern comfort, the
Hmm.
smoky, the rich, the deeply spiced, were actually the result of one specific patch of earth, swamp, and sea and heat all tangled together that cooked up something the whole world couldn't ignore? What if one city, one singular sweat drenched, jazz soaked, grief filled city, quietly invented more iconic food than almost anywhere else on the planet?
Hmm.
That city is New Orleans. That state is
We're going to go ahead and say this right now.
Louisiana.
No, sorry. Already, we're getting into it. It's not Louisiana. Louisiana. That's how you say it. Louisiana. If you want us to know that you're from out of town, say Louisiana, New Orleans. It's Nolans, y'all. Nolans all day. It's going to be a long, long video. Y'all may not get your 10-second rewind.
And on Where Food Began, we're going deep into the dishes that came from its kitchens, its docks, its cane fields, and its pain. Food number one, gumbo. Gumbo is the unofficial state dish of Louisiana. It is a thick, smoky stew served over rice, as essential to New Orleans as jazz or Mardi Gras.
Rice, yes. But you see what they're stirring around in there? I could eat gumbo all day if they didn't put all the damn pickled okra in it. You just eat a piece of okra and you just feel it sliding all the way through everything, and then you stand up and you got a little piece of squishy okra in your britches. Nasty. I don't know what's wrong with people that eat okra. Anyway, okay. That's my first little tidbit. Gumbo's good, no okra.
But gumbo isn't one thing. It's a negotiation between continents. The word itself comes from Kingombo, the Bantu word for okra, carried to Louisiana by enslaved West African people in the 1700s. The French contributed the roux, that patient, slow-cooked butter and flour base. The Choctaw Nation brought filet powder, dried sassafras leaves, to thicken and flavor the pot.
Right?
Here's the fact that stops people cold. There is no single definitive gumbo recipe. Louisianans have been arguing about what gumbo is: chicken or seafood, okra or filet, tomato or no tomato.
You saw that, right? Hmm? There have lots of people. Okra's nasty. Nasty. Seafood, sausage gumbo, chicken gumbo. Oh my God. We made gumbo after Thanksgiving with the leftover turkey. Oh, to every chef in a Louisiana kitchen.
Over 300 years, and they are
Right.
not close to stopping.
But my dog had to tell
Gumbo
me.
isn't just a dish, it's a living document of every hand that shaped Louisiana, and proof that the most complex flavors come from the most complex histories. Food number two, jambalaya. Jambalaya is one of the most recognized rice dishes in the entire world. A bold, spiced, deeply savory one-pot meal that feels like
It may be recognized, but it is not always done good. Anytime you go up past Shreveport, oh, jambalaya sucks.
a party in every bite. Its origins are a cultural collision. Spanish settlers in Louisiana tried to recreate paella, but couldn't find saffron in the bayou, so they improvised with tomatoes, local sausage, and whatever the land gave them. The dish absorbed West African rice cooking traditions and Creole seasoning and became something entirely its own. By the
Mm-hmm.
1800s, jambalaya was feeding laborers,
Jam, jambalaya. Jambalaya. That's a where they like sing in church or something, right? Jambalaya. Jambalaya.
festival crowds, and riverboat crews up and down the Mississippi. The surprising twist: There are two completely distinct versions that Louisianans treat as almost separate dishes: Creole jambalaya, made with tomatoes and associated with New Orleans, and Cajun jambalaya, made without tomatoes and cooked until the rice gets a smoky brown crust at the bottom of the pot. That scorched bottom isn't a mistake, it's the goal. Jambalaya is what happens when scarcity meets ingenuity. When you can't have the original, you build something better. Food
But you know what they're not talking about is that you also have people who it's just kind of a hodgepodge. It's whatever, he's talking about like the main proteins that go in it, seafood or chicken or something like that. But there's like a whole nother thing of, dirty rice to where you just put ground meat in it. And that's a separate dish. Seafood jambalaya, of course, is a separate dish because you do have those that are allergic to seafood. I mean, obviously, we're not going to go into great detail on everything because I don't think anybody can handle it. But I will back up for this because this was where I had one of my very first jobs at Cafe du Monde selling beignets and cafe au lait. Cafe au lait is um, even parts coffee and steamed milk. Really strong coffee with, usually it has like, it's made with chicory. Let's get back.
steak, it's the goal. Jambalaya is what happens when scarcity meets ingenuity. When you can't have the original, you build something better. Food number 3, beignet. Few foods in America carry the weight of a single city the way the beignet carries New Orleans. A pillowy, deep fried square of dough
Yay.
buried under a snowfall of powdered sugar. French colonists brought the beignet to Louisiana in the 18th century, and by 1862, Café du Monde had opened on the edge of Jackson Square, serving beignets and
That's the one right there. And it's still the same building. Like y'all can see where I'm pointing to. But it is the same building as the one that I worked in. And that place still stays packed. Certain days you have a line that's 2 blocks long. And you get 3 beignets in one order. And until after I worked there, which was in the 80s, up until then is they didn't even serve soda or anything like that. It was just coffee, chocolate milk, beignets. And y'all thought that the tables at IHOP were sticky? Oh my god. And the little hats that we had to wear, little white hats. They had one guy who was one of the beignet cooks. Black guy, super sweet, had a nice little afro working for him, but he had to wear the hat all day. So at the end of the shift, he'd take it off. Looked like he was wearing a black yarmulke.
cafe au lait around the clock. It has never closed. Not for hurricanes, not for wars. In over 160 years. What most people don't know, the beignet was officially declared the state donut of Louisiana in 1986. Not the state pastry, the state donut.
Good.
Louisiana is the only state in America with an official donut, and the choice tells you everything you need to know about how seriously this city takes its food. Every beignet comes with powdered sugar on your shirt, your lap, your hands, and that's not a flaw. That's the whole point. Some foods are meant to make a mess of you. Food number 4, étouffée.
Ooh,
Étouffée, which means smothered in French, is one
we have a lot of etouffee. Oh, back to jambalaya. There's also pastalaya. We make the same jambalaya, but we use noodles. Um, but yeah, this is, oh my goodness.
of the most quietly elegant dishes in Louisiana's culinary canon. Tender crawfish, bathed in a silky butter and vegetable sauce, piled over white rice. The dish traces its roots to
I'm so sorry. I think I need to see something. Etouffee does not look like that. They don't come with a little pretty crawfish balanced on the top. No, just stop, y'all. All right, this is going to have to be a two-part. I'll get through five and we'll come back because I don't know if my, my little pea picking heart can stand it.
Fait. Étouffée, which means smothered in French, is one of the most quietly elegant dishes in Louisiana's culinary canon. Tender crawfish, bathed in a silky butter and vegetable sauce, piled over white rice. The dish traces its roots to Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, the self-proclaimed crawfish capital of the world, in the early 20th century. Cajun home cooks had long been simmering crawfish in butter with onion and celery, but the dish didn't enter public consciousness until the 1950s, when the Heber family began serving it at their restaurant and word quietly spread. Here's what catches people off guard. Crawfish etouffee only works because of Louisiana's peculiar geography. The state produces over 100 million pounds of crawfish per year, roughly 90% of the entire U.S. supply. Without
Yep.
Louisiana's warm, shallow swamplands and flooded rice paddies, etouffee as a dish would simply not exist. Etouffee is the taste of a place, of slow water and warm butter and the patience to let something humble become extraordinary. Food number 5, Bananas Foster. Most foods are born from necessity or tradition. Bananas Foster was born from a business problem, and it became one of the most theatrical desserts in the world. In the
Mhm.
early 1950s, New Orleans was the largest banana importing port in the United States. The city was flooded with the fruit, and restaurateur Owen Brennan challenged his chef, Paul Blanchet, to create a dish that used them. In 1951, at
Mhm.
Brennan's restaurant on Royal Street, Blanchet developed a recipe of bananas sautéed in butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, and
Bananas
banana
Foster.
liqueur, then flambéed tableside with dark rum. He named it after Richard Foster, a city official and lawyer.
It is quite possibly, if there's something considered to be almost as good as sex, this might be it. From what I've heard. Not a banana fan. But it is a crazy good recipe and people will wait hours to get it. It's absolutely amazing looking. I eat around the bananas. Oh, that's good.
Loyal customer. The extraordinary detail. Brennan's restaurant still serves over 35,000 portions of Bananas Foster every single year. The dish has been on the menu continuously since 1951, performed tableside with that same blazing rum ritual for over 70 years.
Yep.
Bananas Foster is the proof that great food doesn't require centuries of tradition. Sometimes one chef, one request, and one very good pan is all it takes. Food number 6.
Nope. All right, y'all. It's going to have to be a two-parter. Um, Especially because what's coming up next. You'll have to tune back in to see what's coming up next time. Like, that is one of my favorite parts about living in Louisiana is not only our culture, our food, and our amazing food, is that it almost always comes with a story or with extra people that come along because eating for us is more social than sustenance. But we like it to taste good while we're talking to other people. And, we'll sit at a restaurant having breakfast talking about all the other breakfast restaurants we could have gone to. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do for lunch and where all we could go, but we already decided on this other place. So, all right, y'all. Well, you know the rules. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Please do not think about forgetting to go check out this channel. And I will have the link and the original description in the description. I messed up on my part, but it'll be all right. All right. Hope you enjoyed. I'm hungry, and I guess the only thing then to do is to tell you that I will see you after dinner.